going on a road trip with my son, a birding road trip. Can we find the 9 hardest birds to see in Ontario? But we have to go way up north. So up north, it might even be snowing. I need my toque. It's gonna be an adventure, that's for sure. Follow along. Don't have the keys. Well, that's a good start to the trip. This is behind the scenes to our great Canadian birding trip in November to see 9 species in 4 days.
9 new species.
Not just 9 birds total. 9 extremely hard to find birds in Ontario. Snow boots, snowshoes. All right, that's good.
Welcome to Toronto. Look at the traffic. This is why we got to go way up north to get out of the traffic and into the woods. All right, I'm going to introduce somebody special to everybody. This is Jude.
Hey, everybody.
All right, why is Jude special? Well, he's my son. Yeah. So tell everybody, Jude, what are you doing this year?
I started birdwatching this year in January, and I've seen a lot of species this year. I've seen about 308 species.
Is that a lot? I think that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Are these anywhere in the world?
Just in Ontario.
Okay. 308 species in 1 year in 1 province.
Yeah. And there's a few that, if you go up north, there's a good chance of seeing. A few that I haven't seen yet, so we're making the trip, and hopefully we get even up to 10 more. So if I could get close to 320, that'd be pretty cool.
So Jude is, according to eBird, right? That's where a lot of us birders put our lists of all the birds we see. And there's a top 100 list of any location. And Jude's in the top 10 for this year for Ontario. And I think we can get him into the top 5 if we can go find and track down these 9-10 elusive species. So that's what this road trip is. Go find the birds we haven't been able to find yet this year, put them on Jude's checklist, and see how he climbs the ranks. Fun fact, Jude graduated this morning from McMaster University with a master's degree. So this is a little graduation present trip from Mom and I. No, it actually wasn't a gift. It's just something I wanted to do. It just sounds better. Are you gonna pay for it, Jude?
A bit. I might pitch in.
He bought some snacks. All right. Gotta eat healthy on a road trip, right? Yeah, we're gonna make one stop in Toronto before we head up north. There's a park with lake views. We're gonna get a bunch of these lake ducks and lake birds on our list because we wanna see how many birds can you see in November in Ontario on One Trip Report. Let's go. We're walking fast because we only got like 45 minutes of light. And then we got a long 7-hour drive to Manitoulin Island. What can we see in 45 minutes? Quick lake watch here. Looking for scoters, mergansers. Oh, there's one flying. Possibly a purple sandpiper. Freezing out here. Like, we've been on the road for 20 minutes and I already want my toque, my gloves on. We haven't even gone up north yet. Such a baby. The view of Toronto. Wow. You see? Golden eye. Perks of the trip. It's like Tetris with binoculars. A long drive, like 7 hours we were in the car today. Holy cow, a lot of traffic coming out of Toronto. Studying up for tomorrow. Game birds. Wild game birds. Prairie chickens. Grouse. Ptarmigans. And pheasants. What do you know about those? I'll tell you all about them tomorrow. I'm wearing my quail shirt for good luck today. I just knew there'd be a Keurig machine with no pods, so I brought my own. Welcome to the island of historical importance in Ontario, Manitoulin Island. Inside the Georgian Bay, creating the North Channel in Lake Huron. So we slept here, and we're gonna drive a circle looking for 2 birds, a ring-necked pheasant and the sharp-tailed grouse, both found on this island. We're in the car before sunrise, so it's just a little too early to be out, because what we're looking for is blobs sitting in a tree. That's how you find sharp-tailed grouse. They're literally like chickens. They look like chickens, but they're sitting in a tree or running around a farmer's field, and they count as wild birds. Like, why don't farm animals count? Pretty much what we're looking for, a farm animal, but these are wild. They've got a self-sustaining population, and they count on your bird checklist. But they only count if they're a wild and sustaining population, which is why we gotta go to this old island in the middle of Lake Huron. Who makes up these rules? This is perfect ring-necked pheasant territory. A farmer's field with a fence line. Like, they'll just be running next to the fence line. They're like this really awkwardly tall, upright game bird. They call them game birds because they're hunted all over the world for game. They're originally from Asia, but they were brought here for sport, and then they escaped because they're getting shot at, and they establish a population in the wild, and then they become countable birds. It's a beautiful tall pheasant with like a bright red like wattle on an eye, and then it gets its name from the white ring around its neck. Ooh, what do I hear? You hear that over here?
Snow buntings.
Snow buntings. That's so cool. If you go to your bird guide, there's a page called Miscellaneous Chicken-like Birds. And right down here, the ring-necked pheasant. Look at that. It's from Asia. Look at that red eye. Manitoulin Island is the only place in Ontario where you actually can count these as a wild bird. And man, they are noisy. When it takes off, it sounds like a gunshot. Bang! And then we're also looking for this one, the sharp-tailed grouse. Wow. All right, sharp-tailed, because look at that. Tail sticks straight up. Was he standing right next to you? He was literally right next to you. Where was he? He was.
He knew where I was.
I got him flying, squawking. Oh my gosh. My heart's racing from. Did you get a good photo of that?
the spray. We pulled over and the pheasant just screamed. Are you kidding me?
Oh, that was awesome.
The exact same spot.
It was right here.
It was right. We just pulled over, we parked, and it went and just flew into the tree. Oh my gosh. You couldn't have planned it better. Why didn't I have the video going? Oh my gosh, that was it.
Time to get a photo.
Let's get a photo. Oh my gosh, that was crazy.
That was awesome.
Where is it? Where'd it go? In the dense underbrush. So thick, so camouflaged. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so happy Jude could see it. We got some crappy photos of it, but I'm now walking on the road to see if I can get my eyes on it. It was a lifer for him, meaning he's never seen it, and he gets to add it to his life list. So that's pretty exciting. And it's one of the 9 birds on our must-find list. All right, 1 down, 8 to go. We wanted to find the birds by noon so we could get on the road, drive up north to Cochrane. It's now 9 and we've got 1 of the 2 species. We've got the ring-necked pheasant, still looking for the sharp-tailed grouse. Back in the car. Okay, nice. We saw 1 and it made itself known. I was pheasantly surprised. That bird.
We've driven about 20 minutes to another part of the island where the sharp-tailed grouse have been seen. All right, this is a famous part of the island where a Lewis's woodpecker showed up in December and January 2022-23. I drove hours and hours to come see it. So I'm hoping it's got some good bird mojo, and the sharp-tailed grouse are just kind of chill by that house that had the Lewis's woodpecker. All right, fingers crossed. My first experience with the OPP on this trip, we were scoping out some tundra swans and got some interest from the local policeman. But he told me where the sharp-tailed grouse are. So we're gonna go up toward Fox Lake Road, courtesy of Ontario's finest. Fox Lake Road, the road the police officer told us to check out for the sharp-tailed grouse. Now, is he sending us on our wild grouse chase? We'll find out. We get to the spot to take a walk in the woods to look for the sharp-tailed grouse, and look what I found on the ground. Feathers. This could be grouse feathers. It feels like it. It looks like it. Man, did one just get snatched by an owl and eaten, and all that's left is this? Maybe we were just a few minutes late. Shoot! We spent a precious hour searching these woods based on the recommendation of that police officer, and we saw nothing except for one pileated woodpecker, which that's cool. Time was running out, and we had to get on the road for a long 6-hour drive to Cochrane, Ontario. Watch out for moose, people. It's dangerous. Ouch.
Yeah, what do you think?
Yep. One car with a big old dented hood and no other car. That's a moose. Ouch.
2 days of intense birding and driving has resulted in seeing one of the 9 birds on our quest, the ring-necked pheasant. It sure hurt leaving Manitoulin Island without seeing the sharp-tailed grouse, but you never know, it might show up later on in our trip. Make sure you subscribe, because I'll be posting part 2 very soon of the epic birding road trip with Jude.